An earthquake with a magnitude of 7.6 struck Japan on the 1st of January 2024. Its epicenter was near the Noto Peninsula in the Ishikawa prefecture. Tsunami warnings were issued for the 9 prefectures along the country's west coast and neighboring areas like South Korea. Experts predict more earthquakes in the coming days. Thousands of people made homeless in an instant by the powerful earthquake in western Japan were still living in weariness and uncertainty Monday, a week after the tremor struck and killed at least 168 people. The number of people listed as missing amid the destruction in the quake zone jumped, meanwhile, to more than 323. That figure roughly tripled over the course of Monday alone, as rescuers pored over a list of the region's population and compared it to lists of those accounted for after the disaster. The rescue effort since the magnitude 7.6 New Year's Day quake has drawn thousands of troops, firefighters and police, who continued picking through collapsed buildings Monday hoping to find survivors. History of earthquakes in Japan. Nankai Earthquake, 1707. One of the earliest documented major earthquakes, it caused significant damage in southwestern Japan and triggered a large tsunami. Ansei Great Earthquakes, 1854-1855. A series of major earthquakes that struck different parts of Japan, causing widespread destruction and tsunamis. Great Kanto Earthquake, 1923. This devastating earthquake hit the Kanto Plain on the main Japanese island of Honshu, devastating Tokyo, Yokohama, and surrounding areas. It resulted in over 140,000 deaths, mainly due to the subsequent fires. Tonankai Earthquake, 1944 and Nankaido Earthquake, 1946. These earthquakes affected the southern coast of Japan and were part of the Nankai Trough seismic events that occur periodically in this region. Great Hanshin Earthquake, Kobe Earthquake, 1995. One of the most severe earthquakes in Japan's recent history, it caused extensive damage to the city of Kobe and surrounding areas, resulting in over 6,000 deaths. Tohoku Earthquake and Tsunami, 2011. This magnitude 9.0-9.1 earthquake was the most powerful earthquake ever recorded in Japan and triggered a massive tsunami. It caused widespread destruction in northeastern Japan and led to the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear disaster. The death toll was over 15,000, with thousands more injured or missing. These events have shaped Japan's approach to earthquake preparedness and response. Japan's history of earthquakes has also contributed significantly to global understanding of seismic activities and disaster management. Why Japan is vulnerable to earthquakes? Japan is particularly vulnerable to earthquakes due to its location along the Pacific Ring of Fire, a zone known for high seismic activity. This vulnerability arises from several key factors. Tectonic plate boundaries. Japan is situated at the convergence of several major tectonic plates, including the Pacific Plate, Philippine Sea Plate, Eurasian Plate, and North American Plate. The movement and interaction of these plates generate a significant amount of seismic activity. Subduction zones. Some of these plate boundaries are subduction zones, where one tectonic plate is being forced under another. These zones are prone to producing powerful earthquakes and tsunamis. The Great East Japan Earthquake in 2011, for instance, was caused by the subduction of the Pacific Plate beneath the North American Plate. Volcanic activity. The movement of tectonic plates in the region also leads to significant volcanic activity, which is related to seismic activity. Geological features. Certain geological features in Japan, such as fault lines and the nature of the Earth's crust in the region, contribute to its seismic instability. How Japan is dealing with the earthquakes? Strict building codes. Japan has some of the strictest building codes in the world. These regulations ensure that new buildings are capable of withstanding strong earthquakes. Existing buildings and infrastructure are also regularly upgraded to meet these standards. Advanced early warning systems. Japan has a highly sophisticated earthquake early warning system that can detect tremors and issue alerts seconds to minutes before the earthquake is felt. This system allows people and systems to prepare for the shaking, including slowing down trains, halting industrial processes, and securing hazardous materials. Public education and drills. Regular earthquake drills and public education campaigns are conducted to ensure that citizens are aware of how to protect themselves during an earthquake. This includes the drop, cover, and hold on protocol and evacuation procedures. Engineering innovations. Japanese engineering has led to the development of various technologies to make buildings more earthquake resistant, such as base isolators, dampers, and flexible structures that can sway without collapsing. Disaster preparedness and response plans. Japan has comprehensive disaster response plans in place. These plans involve emergency services, military, and other agencies to ensure a quick and effective response to earthquakes. Research and monitoring. Continuous research and monitoring of seismic activity are conducted by various organizations. This research helps in understanding and predicting seismic activities better. Infrastructure resilience. Critical infrastructure such as highways, airports, and power plants are designed to be resilient to earthquakes to ensure they remain operational or are quickly restored after a quake.